Do not adjust your settings. We are attempting to tune in to your frequency. You may feel a slight rush of energy and gain focus and clarity. Connection complete. You may now enter an experience with Solana. Alright, I just had to come on here because this is freaking crazy. Came on here to check out little Sally over here. And holy smokes, people. If you got 'em, smoke 'em. This is just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And of course, I pride myself a little bit in keeping up with stuff as far as weather goes. My son is and was always a weatherman at heart to this day. But that brings on a lot of conversations, which is great. But at the same time, that just means that we're keeping up with stuff, and so we look at these maps quite often and just track the storms, so we can be prepared because especially we live right over here, where that little marker is. So it's not far from the Gulf of Mexico. So we watch those, but at the same time, we also know about things like HAARP weather control. HAARP is a high frequency active auroral research program. It is funded by the U.S. Air Force, Navy, University of Alaska Fairbanks, and so on. You can look it up, just HAARP weather control. We'll bring you to all sorts of lovely videos that you can track for yourself, look at things, and again, a lot of people like Dutch Sense. He tracks earthquakes, but he show you sometimes these anomalies, as they call them, because they're just like these weather or these energy patterns, rather, just moving across. And then here comes some weather problems or some weather activity, we'll say. Or you can look at, oh my gosh, Geoengineering Watch. Geoengineering Watch has definitely got all sorts of information here for you. It also has lists of companies that do weather control. There's companies out there that you can pay that will cause some rain over your field or over your area. But also, then what does that mean? What's in that? What's in that? What what's in those chemtrails? Because I'm telling you, a lot of people have pictures like this. I've got hundreds of pictures like this. Can see the planes going back and forth, spraying over us, and then it can create weather over areas typically not where you see that tic-tac-toe, as I like to call it. Um, it's typically not where the weather happens. Of course, because they work with the jet stream and the atmosphere and take all that to account as to what they're spraying out. So we have things like this that are real. These aren't conspiracies. These are things that are real. We have executive order from Obama from 2013, and this is in preparation of the impacts of climate change. Okay, but what they don't tell you is that since 1995 was the first time that I myself witnessed what they want to call chemtrails today. I didn't know what it was. All I know is it was this huge X. And I just looked up and I was like, X marks the spot. What is the spot? The spot is where the conditions are right for the weather to, do its thing over in whatever area they put that. So we have the executive order. This is a real thing. In fact, they used to call Obama Rain Man. That was the nickname they gave him, Rain Man. He even said, "I guess I can make it rain." China has admitted to their weather control. And you can look up weather wars. Um, Again, there's just so many things that are already happening. Microwave technology, weather wars, our lasers, our satellites, implemented all by what? By AI, artificial intelligence. That's why uh, we have all these things that are they're based in technology, right? So these technologies are a fact. They're out there. They're working, and they're doing all sorts of things with them. Even the 5G that they now have all over in the Wi-Fi. Again, you get in trouble for saying even that. um, they have used that in military application. All the things that they're using in the public today were set up in, first, of course, when they're first patent, then they're taken over, bought out typically by someone. And then they're taken and implemented, brought to fruition, and then used. Cell phones, wireless technology was being used in the military back in the 70s. I mean, again, I was on a private, or rather a secret military base, Fort Huachuca, back in 1968 to 1973. I was, of course, a small child, and it was my father who was in the army. He was a helicopter pilot, and so apparently a lot more than a helicopter pilot. 15 years of secret base life was pretty much what I experienced. And in any case, wireless technology, holographic technology, energy technology, microwave technology, all these things were being, and still to this day at Fort Huachuca, were open experiments and all kinds of things going on. That's where I saw my first UFO coming out of the hangar in Fort Huachuca. So when I talk about seeing stuff like this, I just have to go, what's going on here? What are they doing? What are they trying to do now? Where they're just it's like throwing a needle in a haystack, and hoping something sticks, and something can be found, or you know it's like just they're just throwing everything at us now. It's like wow. Wow. It's just so much chaos. And it's all energy based, all of it. All their technology, even AI. AI isn't anything until it's given a program. AI isn't anything until it's got data. AI isn't anything until it's lit up in its circuits, right? It's energy also. So we have to be able to, because again, you can't fight fire with fire. But energy isn't a fight when you're trying to balance it out. We don't try, we just do. The energy work that I do, I don't say, oh, I gotta wait till I'm balanced, or hey, I gotta wait till I'm ready. I gotta meditate before I can do. No, it's just like a constant knowing, a 24/7 acknowledgement of my conscious and subconscious that my energy is going towards assisting in these areas. And we implement area, or I work individually with people. So it's all about energy and getting everyone to see the understanding of the energy flows and how it's all chaotic. Let me look the map right now on the weather. It's just all chaotic. It's all chaotic. And but then of course, AI only runs it to so far advanced in the future, and then it's got to reset stop. And it's like we'd reset stop. We do that all the time. It's all these, reset stops. Stop and resetting. Like we're staying on the same pattern. We're staying. They're. It's like whoever's controlling the weather is trying to keep it on a chaotic pattern. So what we want to do is just go in there and see that energy dissipate. We just want to see that energy become harmonized, so that it is, full of harmony, and it's just full of mercy, and it's full of grace, and it's just dissipating and just flowing with the cycle of the earth in a harmonic way, causing harmony all around the world. That's how we heal. We just see that energy harmonizing, that love energy coming from heart center to heart center, and just harmonizing and, bringing it that grace and that mercy that it so wants. Everyone is so guilt ridden. Guilt is the greatest sin that we can do to ourselves, and yet that's the biggest thing that, motivates people is their guilt. I have guilt of this, so I have to go do that and think I'm going to get pittance doing that. But then, either way. And so they cause guilt on other people. Greatest sin we can do to ourselves, because it causes a chaos. It causes imbalance because we're at odds with ourselves. And so when we see that it's balancing out, we're just going to know, we're going to take a breath for a second. We're just going to realize, no, I can be, of course I just made a mistake or whatever just happened. And I'm not talking about killing people or, raping and pillaging. Those are evil things. I'm talking about just a little bit of guilt you might feel because you said something, or you said a rumor. You spread some gossip. You made some stuff up. You prevented someone from doing something because you wanted to go do something else. I mean, just, those subtle little things can cause so much guilt and chaos and imbalances. So, it's hard to just say, oh, I'm just not going to do that anymore, because life situations, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. You don't know. And people judge, people take it personal, people just throw more guilt. So we have to quit the guilt shaming, and quit the virtual signaling. It just causes more chaos when we act that way and then we judge other people for acting that way. It just causes more chaos, puts more things in that off balance. So we want to see this energy go around and healing everything, and all this chaos that's happening with this weather, to be able to combat that energy versus energy. It's a balancing out, though. It's not a chaotic. We're not feeding it chaos. We're feeding it balance. Oh, yeah. It needs balance. It needs to have harmony, mercy, and grace. And as we all do. We all, at the end of the day, want the same thing. We want to be able to go home, put our feet up, have someone there that loves us, appreciates us, might have a little meal ready or be ready to cook a meal together. However it ends for you, that's what you want to do. That's what I say. Excuse me. Even evil wants to go home at the end of the day and have someone there. Um, because one is the loneliest number. Oh my God, songs just go off in my head. Ah, I call it midnight ramblings, but it's constant ramblings, because there's just so much going on in the world right now, and we just need to start seeing it healing. Healing has begun on this planet. A lot of us energetically have been moving towards that healing, putting vortexes and putting energy spots, praying for certain places, people, and coming together in that. That's. I know it's hard to imagine for everyone because we have different belief systems, and again that's planned. So we're all in chaos. Um, and so it's time to come together, though, especially here in the United States where we're such a melting pot. That's what the United States is all about, is being that melting pot. People coming here. People die to come here. People go through this weather right there. They die to come here. They die to come here because they want to better life. They want more balance. They want that peace that they're not receiving where they're at and where they're fleeing. And so that's why legal immigration is so important, and it's been something that has been, since since the freaking first people came over here and realized that they screwed things up. They weren't welcomed with open arms, and so they wanted to change that. I think that over the last couple hundred years, that's what we as a people have tried to do. Even for those indigenous that are here, we want to make things right. Just got to get everybody in on that same harmonic energy. So the chaos can dissipate. So just as we want to see all this energy uh, on this weather map here dissipate, we can't have all these storms. Could you imagine if all these storms just whew, pop up at once and just go across the whole planet? Yeah, that's what it looks like they're waiting for. Oh no, refresh. My map has timed out. That means I have been talking long enough. So, I just wanted to come on and say that I just couldn't believe the state of weather that is happening right now at 1:23 a.m. on September 15th, 2020. Mm. It's like, okay, let's just calm storms, feed it good, loving harmony, energy, harmony, mercy, and grace. Harmony, mercy, and grace. Harmony, mercy, and grace. Wow. Look at all that. I don't know. I see that, and all I can think of is harp. 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 And harp is right over here in Alaska. Right over there. Yeah, I could try and pull it up, but it's a military installation, so it is covered up on Google Maps or probably any map. It's all the military is shadowed out. So yeah, again, ramblings. I'll end it with that. But I just couldn't believe when I came on and I saw this, and I'm like, nah. I got everybody going, pushing us towards this chaotic timeline where just one thing after the other, one thing, and I'm like, I've had enough. We need to everybody start getting that center, and seeing that heart to heart to each other, putting us on that more balanced, harmonious, mercy filled, grace filled timeline. It's again, I believe, happening, and it's been happening. A lot of people don't want to hear this, but it's been happening for the last 4 years. Children being rescued and pulled from that torment. Again, it's not just about the 7.4 billion that are counted on this planet, but the billions more that are within and above this planet. We have to see that there are tens of billions people on this planet within, above, that we have to pray for, and we have to all see centered. Okay, pray, again, every time I say pray or I say anything that has anything with religious connotation, I want to go, oh, well, but wait, put a spiritual twist in there. Or if I go too spiritual, I'm like, oh, but wait, put a physical twist in there. It's just crazy. It's just stupid. And it's just, it's too much. It's too much. You do your thing. Just see our energy, because that's what we are all connected by is energy, and from that heart center to every other heart center. You don't have to say to Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Jane, and whoever. You just have to have the intention of going to heart center, and for all you law of attractions or people who think you can create your own reality, this is the one time that you will be able to actually do that, because creating your reality has become this law of attraction of selfishness, where it's just about what you want to create without thinking about all the other people that are on this planet wanting to create their own reality. So if we're not harmonized, if we're not in balance, if it's not something that is going to be, you know, uh, whew, wonderful and blissful and joyful for everyone, then it's harder to come to pass. You're just going to stay in that chaos of wanting. And again, I always say that we live in the idea, the belief that all of our needs and wants are provided for before having need or want of them. They are provided for before before having need or want them. We have to get in that heart center. It's the heart center. It's all energy. All this AI is controlled by energy. Every little micro circuit is energy. And that's how we have to see it. And that we can overcome all that negative micro energy and replace it to that positive, balanced, harmonious, merciful, grace filled energy for everyone. And that means everyone, even those that are evil right now because they've been infiltrated. They want to be free to express and live and harmoniously as well. They're just caught up in the chaos that has been for thousands of years. Yeah, the chaos. That chaos just needs to be calmed. We need to get to the calm. We are the calm in the chaos. That's why we say, I am connected, grounded, balanced, protected, and flowing in the love of the divine. Grab on, take it, hold it, whatever that means to you, and just know that we are all in that heart centered. That's where we are all connected, in that heart center. We have to find that heart. We have to remove the layers of the chaos and the bullcrap that has been created, especially for the last 50 or more generations. 50 or more generations. That's over 100 years, people. Okay? A generation is 10 years. So 50 or more generations. Because again, they don't tell us about anything until they've already been doing it for 50 to 100 years. And so when this executive order was done and the geoengineering began, it was 2013 that they made it public. Okay, that's not, again, release date. But they've been doing it already for over 100 years. Guarantee. And they're just amping it up by including what we want to call geoengineering, hashtag chemtrails. That's what they've been doing. And again, HAARP. You can do your research on this as well. 1993. Uh, okay, so and again, I saw my first chemtrails over Texas in 1995. So yeah, I can only tell you and show you and share with you. And then you're the one who has to believe it, though. I can't. But you have to understand what the implications of this are with the technology that they have today, how they can reproduce. You think it's just genetically modified weather? No, it's genetically modified food, vegetables, animal, all of it. It's genetically modified, and it genetically modifies that. Why? I mean, sounds more like terraforming. Okay, terraforming. But again, take your own conclusions with what you can. Check out geoengineeringwatch.org. Check out HAARP, and not HAARP as in the insurance company. It's HAARP Weather Control, and it's a military program. Military as in military MIC, a military industrial complex. HAARP. And the executive order. And the fact that they called Obama Rain Man. Biden knows. Biden's over there spouting, oh, we got to do something about climate control. He already knows $10 billion a year. $10 billion a year goes towards geoengineering, preparing the United States for the impacts of climate change. No, they're not preparing. They are causing. They are causing. They are causing. They are causing. They want to tell you, oh, it's just Mother Nature. She's pissed because you're spraying too much Pam. uh, they lie so long. But at the same time they're telling you. You know, they have to tell you. They tell us through movies. They tell us through radio. They tell us through music. They tell us. They have to tell us, and they do. So the information is there, and you just have to read it and see it. So I pray for you all to have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the mouth to repeat it and share it worldwide. Because we've got to find and be the calm in the chaos. See all this energy dissipating, finding harmony in the flow of Mother Earth, mercy, grace, and dissipating. Just dissipating. All together now. Because it's going to take all of us, you know. Because they already got their numbers. They created their numbers. They already got their numbers. Ay ay ay. Yeah. All right. So that's it. That's it for my midnight ramblings. Oof.